I saw a story, or I heard a story on television. I saw the people telling the story on television, if that makes it any easier to decipher here. I'd been watching Family Feud while I was doing some of the mail orders to find Cornette's collectibles customers. And that's on WDRB here in Louisville. It's a Fox station. So I put some stuff up, I come back in. You know who John Walsh is, the America's Most Wanted guy,
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course. Yeah.
Well, apparently they had a America's Most Wanted anniversary special of some kind or whatever on. What are you laughing
The
already
America's
now?
Most Wanted reunion special. We bring back
no,
all your
yeah,
favorites.
They get all the murderers and rapists together and hey guys, so what's going on with you today in your life?
You may remember the star of season 1. He ate 3 nurses after killing their parents. It's Julian.
No, they had it was well. They were celebrating the fine people on the production side of the thing that have brought all these murderers and killers and things to justice. Is what I'm trying to say. But it was some type. It's been 40 years since whatever. It's a network special. God damn it, Jesus Christ, Brian! Don't hyperanalyze this thing. And John Walsh is there, and he's got his son is apparently taking on the mantle of being a co-host of this thing because
Really?
John is somewhat up. He'd have to be in his 70s, right? He's very gray haired.
Maybe. I mean, that's how he first became prominently known. I believe he lived in Florida, and his son was abducted and murdered by someone, and that got him
Adam,
and that made
Adam Walsh.
that got John Walsh to, kind of be someone looking for justice for any of these criminals who were out there. I didn't know he had another son, actually.
Well, yeah, and I say kid, he looks like he was 30 something years old. I'm a bad judge at my age, but yeah, he had before he got a television show, he had been an advocate and a crusader for the various laws governing these type of things. But anyway, so they're doing this show, Brian. So now we've established for the kids, America's Most Wanted was a TV show on Fox for years that would run profiles on people, felons that were on the loose, criminals that had escaped, run off somehow. We're trying to find these people. America's Most Wanted.
People literally on the FBI Most Wanted list.
Yes, that's where the America's Most Wanted Harrison Storm got their fucking tag team name. But anyway, so one of the stories they tell, and this is, I'm not making this up. I heard this. I swear I did. But like one of the shows, they did a story on this guy that had murdered the cook at a bar and grill, right? And then the guy got away somehow, and he's out on the loose. And they had done a profile on.
And then they hired John Taffer to come in and help them rebuild the image of their
quit
bar.
now. No, it's even. Hold on, it gets even worse. So on the night that this show airs, all the people at this particular bar and grill they got the TV on and they're watching and they're like, I hope they find the guy that got old Harry, right? So they watch that and, then, okay, it goes on to the next segment, a completely unrelated escaped person, a completely a wanted person, completely unrelated to anything that we've just seen before. That profile starts playing on the screen, which the TV's still on in the bar and grill. And they look up and they say, wait a minute. That's our new cook.
No.
The fucking new cook was the subject of he's in the back room. They called the cops. Go get him. He's in the back.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
He was the new cook that apparently replaced the cook that got killed by the guy that they were looking for in the fucking previous segment. So there you go.
When that guy applied for the job, he's like, thank God America's Most Wanted is off the air. I'm safe. Safe here.
Well, no, this was back in the day when they were doing this on a regular basis.
That's crazy.
He had been loose for some time. Apparently had culinary skills.
That show should still be on the air. It should be, it should be like a public service thing. Put that thing on the air.
Well, this also looked like that John Walsh was pitching his son to be the host of the thing. if potentially maybe a pilot or an opportunity there. So,
Did you watch Cops? Were you a fan of Cops?
oh yeah, I love Cops.
Because those are both Fox shows back in the
Well,
day.
yes, and also and Married with Children.
Yeah,
You
Simpsons,
could see
obviously.
Christina Applegate. But no, Cops was great because that's what the reality television that I was trying to pitch to Vince McMahon was Cops, because Vince McMahon it came on the air in 1989. When I'm talking to him in 1996, he'd still never seen it and may have never seen. He's probably seen a couple filmed on location at this point. He's never watched it on television. But I said the locker room shit or the outside shit or whatever, the one camera stuff, the cinema verite where you're in the action and it's violent, that, that's the kind of reality television, the flavor that I thought should be applied to some of the slickly produced TL Hopper WWF that he was going for. And Shitstain came along with reality television, Jerry Springer. It kind of defeated the whole fucking purpose. But anyway, so watch out. Whoever you hire as a cook in your bar and grill, folks, watch out.
How many of the floating cooks in the floating cook pool that just, go from town to town with a bag over their shoulder? Hey, I'm looking for work. You need a chef? How many of those people are criminals?
Well, I don't know if
criminals, not the judge.
Is there a large floating cook community? Is it like a bunch of people standing outside, fucking Kroger saying, I will cook for you?
I don't know.
I think it'd probably be just, it seems like you would have to pass some kind of skill of being able to properly cook the shit that's on the menu, but I don't know if they do background checks.
I don't know. We'll talk more about diner problems in the future here on the show.
Yes.